Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to the Banner Saga. Okay, so in the last episode, we snuck into Frostveller and ended up fighting a battle at the gates, or near enough, with some of the guards, and get Ivor and some of our own men inside. We've got a tough choice here, because they're none of them really good. We found out that the chieftain is dead, and it sounds like just the warriors are here defending. I kind of figure that there is not a whole lot of supplies like they said out in the camps outside. So we could join him. We could fend for ourselves inside Frostveller, or we could leave. I don't really want to join him because I think I'm very suspicious of him. I don't know that Frostveller is a good place to hang out. I really kind of feel like we should leave. We should be getting out of here. I was thinking about it off camera, and I'd picked one, but now I'm like second guessing myself. So this is the one that I decided to go with, because I really don't trust him. I do kind of think that he'd stab us in the back or something like that. He's probably the one that decided to murder everyone, murder the chieftain and stuff like that. But I do get the feeling that the game is telling us that you can't do anything outside the fortress. So let's go with the thing that I had chosen originally. We'll fend for ourselves inside Frostveller. You can feel Eckel sizing you up on the spot, his hand hovering near his axe. He snorts through his nose, changing his mind. Good luck then. Hope we don't meet again fighting for the same scraps. With the gates closed, Eckel and his men disappear down dark alleys. Hope we know what we're doing. Yeah, you and me both. Making it up as we go, Ivor. Chapter 3. Oh, little did they sleep. Okay, I guess we don't get to find out what happened exactly right away. Well, shucks. Are we heading back to the other group, or are we going to a new group? I guess we're heading back to the other. I suppose that makes sense. Heck on, we're back. I was able to get about as many warriors from Strand as you wanted. More weapons, extra supplies too. Plus 100 Varl, plus 100 fighters, plus 200 supplies. Wow, these guys are just, like, loaded for bear. You perk up, just now realizing Moger has been talking to you. Since Vognir died, everyone has been looking to you to make the decisions. It's exhausting. So we're not playing as Ubin anymore? Heck on. I heard you. I was saying the Varl we sent to Strand have returned. The governor gave us most of what we wanted. Good enough. Much resistance from the governor? Some. I don't think he was happy about us buying his fighters using his own money. He also insisted we take on a lackey of his to watch over his property. A man named Eric. Eric? I met him. He seemed competent enough. Don't exactly remember what voice I used for him, but oh well. Regardless, the governor will have to get over it unless he wants Dredge crawling through his streets. We've put down every slag that has wandered through here while you were gone. Enough flapping of mouths, then. You're sure that wound is healed, Ludin? I agree. Enough has gone wrong. If something happens to the prince on a mission of peace, the alliance would rot. Or worse. Ludin makes... Yeah, we'll go with that. Ludin makes his own decisions. We would only be made to do this again later, and I will not suffer it all a second time. Either take us through the wandering road, or do your job and slaughter some dredge. Ludin turns abruptly with a scowl. He stamps back to his ring of tents and followers. Wandering road's not an option with this many. I could crush that boy's skull with one hand. If Ludin won't be deterred, you'll have to deal with it. Don't let Ludin get to you. Let's go. I'm sick of looking at this dump. What do I tell the warriors, Hakon?
I'm guessing that there's definitely some time that's passed since we last were with our Varl friends here.
Tell them we cover the mountainside and dredge bodies. Good. Give the word and we'll set off.
Alright, well, got our map. We've got Ubin and Mogr there. Let's go ahead and look at our heroes before we do anything. We can get Eric in the turn order there. Doesn't look like anyone is... Oh! Mulger's ready for promotion. Let's go ahead and promote him. Looks like it is keeping track of the renown differently. Shield Master. I do indeed like breaking armor, so let's go ahead with that. Gunnulf, you're not ready to promote. Eric is not ready to promote. And our War Master is not ready to promote. Okay. All done there. Hey, they switched places on me. Let's talk to Ubin first.
You knew him well, didn't you? Vogner? No. Well, I don't know. I remember him. I was rushing around with some important business, but I never knew him. Never got a chance to talk much. Longer than I did, in any case. I suppose so. When he spoke, Varl listened. I knew that. I could use help there.
The Scrivener leans back, considering the sentiment.
I've seen worse. They respect you for your ability to swing an axe. They need to respect you for your actions. But you're not talking to the right Varl. Mogr's got some skill there. Most I can do is hold a quill.
Let's see.
I heard you were a terror in your day. Do you know how old I am? Dare I ask? I'm competing, you know. Nobody knows how old we Varl can get, naturally. There's one by the name of Story. He's got a few years on me. Just hunkers in Grofheim, collecting rhyme. Bastard might actually beat me. Another one named Krumer is close, I think, but the adult son of a bitch still welcomes a fight. He'll probably be off before I am. Although...
The Scrivener gestures around him as if to remind you of this current situation. You chuckle.
Anyway, point is, what difference does it make? I'm just a delivery baron for Jorundr now. Can't remember half of what I've done. Hence the journal. Hence, don't get fancy on my behalf, Hakon. Okay, I won't.
You consider what to say next.
What do you suppose happened to the sun? Gods, how should I know? Never seen something like this before. Are you worried? Some of the Varl in the caravan think the world's coming to an end. Others think it's the best thing that could happen. No more black months. I'll take it. If it's the end, I'm ready. What about the rest of us? To the depths with you! Ha!
You consider what to say next.
What are you always putting down in that journal, anyway? How do you mean? What do I write? I write what happens. They've got a banner in Arborang for that, you know. You mean the long banner? Yes, the Menders wove up something that writes its own history. You want my opinion? I don't trust it. No. It tells a broad story. I think there's some value in the narrow. Whose story does it right? Mine? Theirs? Ludin's? Gods forbid. Ha! You relic. The gods have been dead a long time. Oh, have they? Old habits, I suppose. Get some rest. Always more marching to do. I've hoofed more hills than a horse born with a grudge. Don't worry about me.
Alright, where is Mogr this time? Mogr? There he is.
I'd ask how you're dealing with Vognir's death, but I already know the answer. Do you? Steady old Mogr, which is good. I know most of these Varl, but they're not under my command. They came to follow Vognir. Tell you the truth, I wouldn't want to be in your position either. Anything you can tell me about the caravan? Throw together this many Varl, half of them want to hit each other, the rest want to be left alone. Anyone I should keep an eye on? There's a couple of clan leaders trying to show off for each other. Not a big deal if I've got it under control. The fighters we just got from Strand aren't bad, but they're unruly. Give it a few days. And there are a few moaning about fighting for you instead of Vognir. Those are the ones to worry about. What about Ludin's men? They don't want to hear anything from me, I know that. Any problems? Could be. Ludin's pet Varl is named Bersi. Not sure where he came from or what his deal is. Bastard knows how to fight, but there's something I don't like about him. His girl in red is scary too. Yrsa. She's probably the best fighter Ludin's got, to be honest. I've overheard some of the Varl call her the Witch. Why? The flaming arrows, I think. It's a good trick, but the fire upsets our Varl more than the dredge. Still doesn't make much sense. Witch? They're not scholars, Hakon. I think they're mostly just afraid of her. That makes more sense. Don't let her find out. Haven't you ever wanted to be in command? More than I am? Any more rope and I'd hang myself. I doubt that. Forget, you weren't around back then. At one point I had more rope. I hung myself. So no, I'm not interested in command. It's all yours. Gee, thanks. You think we're walking into a death trap? This many, Varl? No, we should be alright. Things could get rough, though. I don't like being the one to send the Varl... send Varl to their deaths. I like worrying about myself, and that's the extent of it. Who would have expected Vognir to drop like that to a couple of slag? I'm still wondering what happened. He had hundreds of dead slag to his name. I don't get it. Just happens sometimes. No big moment. I'm sure it surprised him even more than us. Although I have to wonder. Nah, never mind. Anyway, I'll worry about the warriors. You worry about not doing something stupid. That's asking a lot. What were you holding back about Vognir? I'd rather not say, Hakon. Why not? It's the kind of thing that gets stuck in your head, and you need a clear one. It's better if you let me worry about it.
I do want to know, for like, metagaming purposes, but at the same time, I don't know.
Sounds important. Tell me. How did Vognir die? He ran into dredge. Wasn't expecting it. When we found him, he was lying face down, like he was struck from behind. Did he really get taken down by some random slag? Who else was there? You think Ludin? He probably didn't, but... Damn it. We should keep an eye on that bastard. If you see anything else, tell me. I will.
Yep. I kind of thought that might be the case, too.
Let's get back to it. Let me know if you need anything else. I will.
I do not have a wide range of deep voices, just putting that out there. suppose I don't have to give them all deep voices, but they're giants. They seem like they should. Well, let's go ahead and... Well, let's take a look at the map real fast, see exactly where we are. Because we left them... Was it there? Or were we actually at Vetterfell? I don't remember. Oh well. Let's go ahead and leave. We've got 65 days worth of supplies. They do have a banner, though. Another long, long banner.
Look at that, says Moker. The hills, more dredge. No more than a dozen, though. Just as easily pass by as rush up there to slaughter them.
Ludin overhears.
It's a dozen dredge heading towards Strand, he says.
You ask him when he started to care about Strand.
I don't, he replies. I thought you did. It'd be a waste of time. Strand can handle that. If we go chasing down every pack of dredge on the horizon, we'll be out here for a year, you add.
He says no more. Yeah. I mean, if it's just a dozen.
Hakon!
You can hear Ludin's hard-booted trot as you set up camp the first day. Brace yourself.
Can we speak as equals? We can try. It seems clear to me that you plan to kill a lot of dredge along the way. Am I right?
Well, I definitely don't plan to go out of my way to kill them, as I just showed. Let's see.
Why do you ask? Because since we left Arborec, the Varl have been acting like I need protection. Don't assume only the Varl can fight. Do you understand me? That is my banner we fly to Grofheim, the banner of Arborec. I insist on joining in battle. Almost gutted in your first encounter and ready for more? Whatever you like, Prince. And, I expected more resistance. From Wagner, maybe. They tell me you were his Kender.
Oh my god, he's a Kender!
Oh, that's why you're in charge now. Some sort of next of kin, Varl thing? Don't you take on his responsibilities? In my own way. Stop acting like I'm a thorn in your side. When you're nearly 200 years, it's hard to take a 20-year-old man. Is that right? Seriously. Better start. We'll both be kings someday. That's the last thing I need to think about right now.
Ludin looks at you as though you just punched yourself in the face. He heads back to his tent before saying whatever was on his mind. On exertion. You've gotten some characters with high exertion. Don't overlook this important stat. Exertion lets you add more willpower to your actions. Want to add more than 1 star to your attack? Upgrading to 3 exertion lets you add 3 damage to every attack, or move 3 spaces further than usual, if you've got the willpower for it. Remember, each stat is equally important in combat. Choose wisely. Oh, there better not be an old guy who says that I've chosen poorly. At some point, there probably will be. We've got training, we've got a Varl there to talk to, we've got our heroes. Bercy and Irsa. Okay. Let's take a look at her. She's a siege archer. Can we see what her... Slag and burn. The siege archer throws a 5-tile area of slag onto the ground, which explodes immediately. Targeted tile takes the damage seen below. Adjacent units take 2 strength damage. It also leaves randomly placed burning coals on unoccupied tiles. If targeting an empty tile, coals always appear on the center tile first. Walking over the burning coals causes 1 strength damage. I think I like her. And she also has puncture, which is the standard archer ability. Leaves up to 2 coals. Okay. That's I think I like her. I think I'm going to get a lot of use out of her. Let's see. Did we... Oh, that's right. He had Sundering Impact. Alright. He's a Warhawk. Who else was a Warhawk? That's a War Master. Okay, so he's basically the same as Gunnoff. Oh, yeah, they have the same portrait, just with a different weapon and different hair color. Okay. Of all of Ludin's traveling companions, Bersi is most likely to stand out. Being a literal giant amongst men, even Ludin seems afraid of him, which may be the primary reason he hasn't been sent away. On the rare occasion, it has been whispered that the Varl doesn't even work for the prince, but some other group altogether. What is well known is that he's already saved Ludin's life on more than one occasion. So he has Tempest as well, and of course Heavy Impact. Well, Gunnulf is already up to level 2, so I think we'll probably be sticking with him. When Ubin became the Varl King's tax collector, he was given an entourage of bodyguards to help transport gold collected across Hron. Gunnulf is the only one from the original group still alive, and for good reason. I think we read that before. Let's take a look at Yrsa. Not many people know much about where Yrsa came from, but ever since Ludin became old enough to train, Yrsa has been close by. Rumors used to spread about a romantic relationship between the two until Yrsa found out about them. And then suddenly they stopped. Those who have spent much time near her have described the woman as intimidating. Okay. Eric is the guy who gets stuff done for the governor of Strand. Though for a man with a heavy responsibility, he seems to have an awful lot of freedom in his methods. Plenty of warring clans within Strand have tried to take him down. None have succeeded. Eventually, he earned himself the nickname the Iron Turtle. Good name, that. Good name. Alright, well, I'm not sure if Ludin is really going to be the best choice. I do kind of like... Well, Bersi can only do 2 as well, for maximum armor damage. Definitely need to get Gunnulf some more armor damage. That's probably a good option. Alright, well, okay. Well, we got people to talk to. And they moved again. Tricksy people. Let's talk to Bersi. You have a moment? As you approach Bersi, he lowers the book he was reading. He doesn't strike you as the book-reading type. You're Bersi.
You're Hakan. We've gotten that out of the way, haven't we?
Had some questions.
Say what you want to say.
What's a Varl doing working for Ludin?
What's a Varl doing working for another Varl? What difference does it make? It looks like you're in charge right now, so do me a favor and don't get Ludin killed.
Hey, he's important to you?
No, but that's one way to put it. Where'd you learn to fight? Same way as you, by fighting.
That's not exactly an answer.
You know what I mean. I robbed well-protected merchants for at least one man's lifetime. Is that what you mean? Yeah, not anymore? I've had a lot of jobs.
That's a great question. Just walk up to someone. Can I trust you?
What a loaded question. Depends on what you mean. Whose back will you have if things go wrong? Assume I'm looking out for myself and you'll figure it out. Does Ludin understand that? Ludin doesn't even understand that half his army is here just to protect him from the people he talks to.
You laugh at the unexpected gouge. Bersi grins, pleased with himself. What do you want to know? I won't keep you any longer.
See you on the battlefield, O leader of Varl. You can join us. I'm where I want to be. Don't forget what I said about keeping Ludin alive. Got it?
As you step away, you can't help but wonder if there was a bit of a threat behind that gravelly request. Hey, I think I did choose well on that voice. It's about as gravelly as I can get.
Yrsa, right?
She watches you approach with her head tilted back and points a thumb towards Luden's tent.
No, here for you.
Oh?
Can we talk?
Yrsa shakes her head no, a smile on her lips, eyelids low.
Why not?
I don't. In those two curiously contradictory words, you get two impressions. She has a beautiful obsidian voice, which I certainly can't. What is an obsidian voice? I don't think I've ever heard that before. Kind of remember. That reminds me. There was years ago. Some friends and I were talking on IRC, and one had found a book that had the most horrible metaphors ever. It's like the entire book was written where everything was three things, and they were completely different things. Like, there was a scan of the page. I probably have that saved somewhere. I need to look for that. And it was like, it literally described the woman's legs as, like, breadsticks and sailboats or something like that. It was just ridiculous. It was completely ridiculous, and that was the entire book. Oh, it was horrible. This just... Okay, enough with that tangent. I really need to look that up. And this might be a complete waste of time. She watches you expectantly.
You don't talk?
No.
You do, though.
I don't. She smiles warmly, clearly enjoying her game. She watches you expectantly.
You're Luden's bodyguard?
No, he's mine. Before you have a chance to be confused, she cackles, abrupt and loud, then looks slightly embarrassed.
You're his personal guard, though?
Her expression changes to of course.
How did you end up with someone like Luden?
Luck. Ah, woman of many words. Woman of many words.
It's about the flaming arrows.
She raises an eyebrow.
Varl and fire don't get along.
All you get is a shrug.
If you're going to use them...
She pulls an arrow. There's a flick of the wrist you don't quite catch. Suddenly a bird combusts in the tree behind you and falls to the ground, smoldering. Half the camp has turned to watch. Don't tell me not to. So if we told you to use them, does that mean you'd stop?
Well, this has been fun.
She crosses her arms, a hand on her chin, and cocks her head to one side.
Until next time, Yrsa.
Hakon. You stop and look over your shoulder. I am a witch, so be careful. She puts her forefinger to her lips with a soft shh. You depart, not quite sure what to make of that. I can tell you what I'm making of that. She's kind of crazy. Now, we've got great morale, so let's go ahead and leave.